Edwin Wold here from Can-Am Business Coaching, presenting to you on the coursework for my Business Growth series. Thanks for joining me for this video. We've reached the last book in the series. You'll want to check out my case studies available on Amazon for actual businesses that have been started from scratch and repairs to existing businesses. It's been a great journey together, and I hope it is proving very fruitful for your business and in your life. Our last book and workbook deal with the topic of preparing the business for its next life. This lesson is very important since you poured your heart and soul into your business to make it flourish, that it live on successfully for perpetuity. You may be ready to sell now or sometime in the near or distant future, but you want to have the insight now. Whether you sell it or pass it on, let's make it a smooth transfer. Reading the book, How to Grow Your Business to Sell Your Business, a coaching guide, you'll find the following 10 chapters, which we'll cover in order. Chapter 1, Your Business. Chapter 2, So You Want to Sell Your Business. Chapter 3, Determining a Value. Chapter 4, Preparing Your Exit Strategy. Chapter 5, Knowing Who. Chapter 6, Knowing How. Chapter 7, Knowing When. Chapter 8, Implementing Your Exit Strategy. Chapter 9, The Successful Sale. And Chapter 10, Your Future. Once you've read the final book in the series, we'll go over it together. And then the same with the workbook as we've done all along. We understand, then implement. Let's keep rolling towards success and ultimately greatness. Chapter 1, Your Business. You're to be congratulated if you're looking at the possibility of selling your business. There are many ups and downs in the lifetime of a business. Business is dynamic, and thus many do not survive. Many barely survive and cause their owners much anguish. A smaller percentage of businesses do very well and provide work for happy employees and great products and services for customers. We pour our hearts and souls into our businesses to make them flourish, just as you have been doing. We raise them up, and more times than not, become very attached to them. So sometimes it's hard to walk away. During your reading of this book, you may decide it is time to sell, and some may ultimately reject selling and begin building again with new fervor. Regardless of your choice, it will be an informed and strategic decision. Many businesses go up for sale for a range of reasons. Some are provided for you. Many have the same end goal, which is a smooth transition. Sometimes businesses go through tough times, not unlike now, and owners get weary and are more apt to sell than in regular times. I would encourage each reader to carefully think through the options presented herein before making any final decisions. By the time you've worked your way through this series, you've likely got a different perspective than when you first started. You've hopefully witnessed some good growth and organization such that you can at least enjoy Sunday with your loved ones. Our goal in the beginning was to get you to a point where your business was rolling smoothly such that you could enjoy increased profits and a better lifestyle. So how are we doing? Some readers will be re-enthused about their business and will be disinterested in selling at this point. Others will be looking to sell and move on to other projects. Regardless, this book is a good note to finish out the series with, so you have the thought in the back of your mind what needs to happen when the time comes to pass the business into capable hands. Always good to have the end in mind as you go. Chapter 2, So You Want to Sell Your Business. When you consider selling or otherwise transferring your business, there are some things to keep in mind. The further in advance of the sale you are prepared, the easier it will be. As mentioned in the book, it's a good idea to watch some of the episodes of the television show The Profit by Marcus Lemoynis, just as inventors should watch the Shark Tank as it gets your mind into what the scenario will generally look like. Reaching the point of considering the sale or transfer of your business is a big decision that many struggle with when the time comes. Now that your business is tuned up, it will be in a much more favorable position to do whatever you want with it. Congratulations on your hard work. Again, we'll revisit taking stock of your business as a whole. I've included the following list in the book as a guide. Your financial position. How has your business performed historically and will into the foreseeable future? What stage is your business in? Upswing, decline, plateau? Your relative positioning in the industry. The quality and relative standing of your product or service. Your team. How smooth, safe, and reliable your processes are. Your current real estate value, if applicable. Future opportunities. As I point out, the taking stock needs to be very realistic and accurate. You'll want to take accurate stock of where you are at, point by point that I have listed, and realistically see where you need to be so that you're adequately prepared for a sure sale to the right buyer. Begin to define the buyer in your mind. I have also discussed 3 points to help you get in the mind of your future buyer. We want you to maximize your business to its potential. Have it running super smoothly so it is super attractive for the potential buyer. When the business transfers, it needs to be relayed to a great new owner. You owe it to your customers, your industry, your team, the new owner, and yourself. Chapter 3, Determining a Value. Part of this consideration in selling is to come up with a fair and reasonable pricing. There are different ways to come up with pricing, some of which are discussed broadly in the book. Important transactions of this nature are normally best dealt with by a seasoned business broker. The value needs to be well documented to justify the sales price. You will likely be given a range. Do not concentrate solely on the sales price. You'll want to seek out a price that is fair for all and leaves the business in good, capable hands. Don't cash-strap the business to get the highest selling price. Look at the whole picture and make a wise decision. Take time to contemplate these things carefully before coming up with an asking price. This will be the point where your hard work will get showcased in the numbers presented and the tour of your operation by the potential buyer. Be humbly proud of your business. I've toured businesses where the owner beams with pride and says little, while the buyer marvels at what they see. Be that owner. Chapter 4, Preparing Your Exit Strategy. In Chapter 4, we discuss your possible exit strategies. Some may sell to a team member or an outside party. Others may pass it to a family member. Regardless who the business passes to, be well prepared and have a great buyer. Chapter 5, Knowing Who. Knowing who is the best possible future owner is, in my opinion, the most important decision you'll make. You will want to be absolutely certain the buyer is a great fit. You'll also want to consider whom you want to list and sell your business, so there are no lingering regrets. Chapter 6, Knowing How. In Chapter 6, I provide your to-do list. You'll examine your customer base, the pricing of your product service, your existing agreements, minimize any unnecessary expenses, look closely at your team and your customers, review your existing intellectual property, insurance, all keeping an eye on your schedule. Lastly, you want to discuss your findings with your mentor to be sure that you're on track and not missing anything. Chapter 7, Knowing When. Knowing when ideal timing is will vary from sale to sale. Be ready to pull the trigger, but take your time and make sure everything is right. If you need additional time to, for example, find the right buyer, take the time and be patient. Just be ready. Carefully contemplate your moves and run your thoughts past your trusted folks. Chapter 8, Implementing Your Exit Strategy. Next, we look at implementing your exit strategy so you've carefully planned. Be fully prepared to show your business is highly profitable. Showcase value from beginning to end. Stay accountable. Chapter 9, The Successful Sale. To have a successful sale, you want to have as smooth a process as possible. Stick to the process. Pre-qualify the buyers once the group is sufficiently narrowed to finalists. Look at how well the buyers match with the company. Do your due diligence, then negotiate the terms. Make sure the business is in great shape for the takeover. Chapter 10, Your Future. Wow, we've reached the final chapter in the series. Let's implement in the workbook and roll through to the finish line. Thanks for joining me for the video, and we'll see you soon again for our last video in the series. I'm happy to answer questions. Ed at CanAmBusinessCoaching.com. Great work, and remember, the sky's the limit.